Hi, my name is Rick Carter, Director of Alumni and Church Engagement, and I'm here with Krista Brown, the Associate Director of Alumni and Parent Relations, and we're here with Brian Harlow. He's our 2017 recipient of the Distinguished DeVoe School of Business Alumni Award. He's also a graduate from 1998 with a master's degree in management, and he also received an Honorary Doctorate Degree from Indiana Wesleyan when he was our commencement speaker in 2015. We're excited that we actually can have him in our studio to talk a little bit with us, so we're just asking you to join us in a conversation with Brian.
Brian Harlow is currently the head of North American manufacturing for Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. Brian has served in his community as well. He served at Rock Prairie Church in Tipton, Indiana as deacon for 30 years and church moderator for 10 years. He's also been involved with the Kokomo Rescue Mission, a youth coach, Woodland Vision Foundation, and United Way. You're a busy guy. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your family and your business role?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. And it's a pleasure to be with you today. Yes, I'm blessed to have a wonderful wife named Rochelle. We have been married 40 years in December of this year. Things are kind of rolling through the 40s right now. And then we have 3 children. Adrian, who coaches women's basketball in North Alabama University.
Oh, wow.
And my son, who also works for Fiat Chrysler, he's married to Janae, and they have 2 granddaughters for us. They're daughters to them, but we claim them first. And then my youngest, Shanna, who also graduated here from Indiana Wesleyan with her bachelor's degree, have 3 children, and she's married to Nate, Levi, Micaiah, and Seth. So great kids, and really enjoy the family. In my business role, I've been fortunate to stay with the same company for, again, 40 years almost, and in that time I've had lots of different opportunities to engage with people and processes and around the world, as well as locally, and just learn to love to see things get made, developed, and watch people grow, and that's really my role here in running the manufacturing group. We have about 65,000 people in manufacturing in North America, between Canada, Mexico, and the U.S.
That's
and
amazing.
we try to build very good cars, about 2.5 to 3 million a year, depending on certain times when we're launching product and that kind of thing.
Wow,
Wow.
it's amazing.
In your leadership philosophy, how would you demonstrate your commitment to Christ?
When I took on this role, I was asked by our CEO to do it, and I wanted to set a pace, and it wasn't necessarily a new thing for me, but it was a broader scope, and so I brought the new staff in and went through some of the things of how I operate and what my expectations are. And I told them then, because I want them to hold me accountable. Several years back, my wife had gotten me one of my favorite verses is to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. And so she put Matthew 10:16 on one of those glass cubes, and that sits on my desk. And I told them that's what I hold myself accountable to now. Unfortunately, I fail a lot, but that's what I wanted them to hold me to.
Yeah.
And again, in demonstrating, if we can do that in our leadership roles, certainly they understand my faith and my commitment to Christ, but I want to live it in a way that they understand it. So.
Yeah. Excellent.
That is an amazing story, and appreciate how you have been able to weave and integrate your faith in your business and in your work. Obviously, 1998, we didn't have online. We had people going to the classrooms or the classrooms coming to you. So describe what that model was like for you and how that worked out, as well as even a favorite person that you want to talk about.
Well, clearly it shows how old I am. It is what it is. But no, it was a great experience because at that time, to be honest, I really wasn't probably going to get my master's degree because I didn't want to make the time commitment from my family. Again, I was involved in church and certainly in work, and it was kind of the first time Dr. Wright had done it. He's the kind of guy that I admire because he went out on a limb at the time and worked directly with our leaders at the plant, and I was a recipient of that work. And so they brought it, and it kind of made it so it was impossible for me to say no. And it was hard work, it was a commitment, but it really helped develop my thinking strategically and how to express that in front of people as well as on paper. And I think those are key things, you know, as you grow in your responsibilities, you have to be able to communicate with people in a better way and, you know, get through those kind of things.
Yeah.
And that's really, I think, probably some of the most compelling things I can think about that had helped me. There's a lot of things, but those things
sure.
I could sense and feel.
Well, it is a remarkable program that has developed over the years, and you were at the beginning of that phase of now our master's work is being done through the DeVoe School of Business, and much of it's online. There's still classroom experiences, of course, in our 17 regional education centers around the Midwest, and it has grown substantially to where we have a great emphasis in Atlanta. And Michigan is also another developing and growing area. You know, so as you think about over 11,000 students now, many of them, in fact, the largest division we have or school is the DeVoe School of Business.
Wow.
So with 11,000 currently taking classes online or in a classroom somewhere, and then we have about 3,000 students on campus here. Broad stroke, what would you advise them? How can they be successful as you have been in demonstrating Christ's commitment?
Well, you know, I had the opportunity today to get in front of 2 classes and share some things along that line. And I'll have to tell you how impressed I was with the students that I got to meet and talk with. And their interest, you know, the behavior, first of all, was top notch, but their questions were very insightful in a very good way. I mean, it was challenging questions, and you could tell they're thinkers. And so I really told them, you know, 2 things that are important from my perspective and how I function has been helpful for me is, you know, information is a big deal. The processing of that information was, their statistical classes are certainly helpful on that, but our ability to leverage information through the technology, you know, is a good thing.
Yeah.
And then, but prior to that, we have to be able to relate to people. And, you know,
Okay.
so, you know, all these other things are tools in the box that are very important that you're teaching them, but teaching them the things that's evident, it's clearly evident from what I saw, is the engagement with people is just paramount importance.
Yeah, and it sounds as if the message, I'm sure it took very well. One of the students brought you over, of course, to escort you around campus. When you graduated, just another question, did you walk at graduation at that time in '98 on this campus?
Absolutely.
That,
I wouldn't have missed it.
I thought you would have.
Yeah.
And what were your thoughts when you came to campus for that, what we might say, the first time at graduation?
Well, first of all, you know, my mind's not real good about names, but the president at the time, I was very impressed, and still, of course, with the president today, but with Dr. Wright. But I was very impressed at the strategic approach for everything, and so it was impressive because, again, I hadn't been here, right? And but what really impressed me was when I came back from my daughter's graduation and saw the transition in you know, a 10-year period.
Oh, yeah.
And then to come back and speak at the commencement ceremony and see the transition, it was just very impressive. I mean, it's really remarkable. So, yeah, it's great to be a part of it.
Well, thank you for letting our school honor you in another way with the Distinguished Alumni Award representing the DeVoe School of Business. We are deeply grateful for you. You are really that which demonstrates our mission. When we say we're Christ-centered, when we say that we are a community wanting to change the world, we also need people who are demonstrating that. So thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do really appreciate it. Dr. Harlow, we were communicating over email for the last few weeks about getting you into a class, and I just really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come to campus today and devote so much time to our students, to this day, to this video. I just really appreciate you. So thank you so much for all that you're doing, and thanks for being here.
Well, thank you.
We're excited about these series of videos, and we encourage you to check out the other ones that we're posting on YouTube. You can also follow us at the IWUalumniblog.com, and you can read more on Dr. Harlow as well as our other award winners. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook. Our handle is at IWUalumni. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day.
Thank you.